Hello, and welcome back to the Kindred Kitchen. This is V and Pam behind the camera today.
Hello.
Now, if you are following us on Instagram, I cooked this up quite a bit, and somebody finally asked me what it is. Now, if you know what it is, I want you to go down below and comment and tell me what it is before the video ends. Just pause the video now, go down below and tell me what it is. Now, let me tell you what it is. This is a bottle gourd. Yes,
yeah,
it's a bottle gourd.
A little bit closer.
It's very long. The flavors are, it's just scabbed a little because I pushed it hard in the fridge. But the flavor is very much,
and it's firm. It's not soft.
Yeah,
it's firm.
You don't want it soft. You want it firm. And the flavor is, if you cut it up, and I'll show you how I cut it up. Now, if you cut it up, it's like this. And the flavors are very much on similar to zucchini. And if you don't find this, I usually find this at the Indian grocery store or at an Asian grocery store. Those are the two places I've found this. You can also grow this in your garden. You can find the seeds on Amazon and grow them. They're easy to grow. This is a recipe that my kids love. Super easy to make. And we will tell you I'm gonna tell you whatever we're using to make it, but don't worry, just sit back and relax. We're gonna put all the ingredients in the description box below.
Okay, so I have a couple questions here.
Yeah.
One, could you use this in like soups and things? Because I noticed that you peel it. You don't leave the peel on.
Yeah.
Does it kind of dissolve like zucchini in a soup?
It does. And let me tell you something. Sometimes the seeds this time came out pretty good. Like, they're really soft and tender, but sometimes the seeds come a little bit tough, so you might want to scoop them out before you use them. But yes, you can use them in soups, and they are perfectly blendable.
Good.
And I'll show you how to peel this. And I have about 6 tomatoes that I'm gonna blend. I have some mustard seeds, and I'm gonna use salt, pepper, and turmeric for this. It's a pretty easy recipe. And you get your 50-50 in with it. All I do is I peel it off. Now, I haven't really used the peel because it tends to be a little bitter, so I take the peel off.
And it's firmer. It's firmer than a zucchini peel.
Yes, it's much firmer than a zucchini. Now, if you do cook this recipe with a zucchini, you can cut the zucchini into big cubes, and it's gonna cook. Zucchini cooks a lot faster than this, so you wanna, cook it out real quick. But sometimes this tends to come bitter too. But here you have it.
Which is funny because it feels firm on the outside, but as you're peeling it, it almost sounds hollowish. Like
it does. And I'm just gonna give it a quick wash and bringing it here. Now, this is how I cut it up. I cut it up into big chunks. And then I take it, I slide my knife down, and then I just...
So you can see the...
Yeah, see?
It is spongy almost in the center.
Yeah. And there you go. I chop it into small pieces like that. And this takes a little longer than zucchini to cook. So but it's still... It's not like it takes an hour to cook. It just, a zucchini, you can have it cooked in 5 minutes. Yeah. This is gonna probably take about 15.
And is the outside firm?
Yes.
The seeds are.
The seeds are firm,
squishy, and
then the outside is firm.
Is firmer.
Yeah. Okay. Now where the seeds are, that part is really spongy.
Yeah, it's like a sponge.
Yeah, it's really spongy. But the outer part is a bit tougher. And see, the seeds are more prominent in this one.
In the center.
Yeah, but they're still soft.
Yeah.
So we're gonna use it. I'm not gonna take them out because they're soft enough. And I felt that when they're this soft, they provide a good texture. So
yeah,
I like to keep it. I mean, I'd rather use the whole vegetable, But sometimes, I actually got lucky this time. Usually the seeds come tough. Most of the time I have to fish it out. So I'm kind of lucky I got the good ones this time.
They're probably younger.
Yeah.
The other ones are probably more ripe.
Yeah. And when you pick these up, you want to make sure they're firm to touch. And they should weigh more. They should feel like they weigh more than they look. I'm gonna heat my pan here. I'm gonna
just get it hot.
Yeah, just getting it hot so my mustard seeds can pop. And the reason we're gonna use mustard seeds, now let me tell you a little secret about the mustard seeds. When you put mustard seeds in any dish, it tends to release tanginess in the dish over time. And that's what you want with this. The mustard seeds, and it's cooked in tomatoes, so it's gonna be delicious the next day, but it is equally delicious the first day. So, you know, with if you've seen our pickle video, I used mustard seeds in there for tang and spice, and that's the reason. As long the mustard seeds, the more they hang out, the more tanginess they release into the food, which is not a bad thing. All right, so I've chopped this up. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna quickly give my tomatoes a rough chop and put it in my blender. I'm gonna blend it in a minute, but I wanna get these going I wanna get these cooking first, because I'm gonna sear them a little bit in the pan, and then I'm gonna take them out and then cook my tomatoes down, and then put these back in to cook with the tomatoes. So I'm gonna add some water here.
And so how many bottle gourds did you start out with?
I've used a total of 3 here.
And then you had how many tomatoes?
6 tomatoes.
Okay.
You can add more. If you know, if you want to add more, you can. I might. I'll just see how it goes. All right, this is ready. Now we're gonna come to the stove. Nice and heated. Now I'm gonna put mustard seeds. I'm gonna put about 3 teaspoons, and I'm gonna let them pop.
Your pan is well used.
I know, right? It's got its scars.
Yeah.
See, you want them to pop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the lid so they don't dance all around my counter.
Now your mustard seeds are dark. They're dark.
They're dark and they're smaller.
Yeah.
I have 2 sizes in them. I'll show you in a minute. See, this is a smaller one.
Yeah.
I've kind of like using this one.
I'm trying to get it to focus. It won't focus on it. Okay, there it goes. Yeah.
See that they're really tiny. And I'll show you the big ones. I have the big ones.
And I have the bigger ones at home. Does it make a difference, do you think?
I just like cooking with the small one because it's not necessarily,
They pop a lot sooner.
Yeah.
The bigger ones, and mine are not dark. Mine are like a lighter in color.
Yeah. All right.
But they don't take as long. They take longer
to pop. Now, the reason I use a smaller one is because the bigger one, the kids look at it and they
can see all the seeds.
Yeah. And with the smaller one, it's more like black pepper, so it's like
they don't notice it.
Yeah. They don't really say anything, but they keep asking me, what is that? Why is it so big? Why is it, I got this stuck in my teeth, This one is a little tiny, so it's like, it doesn't really matter. So here you have it. See, it's searing. I can hear it. See, some of them even have the color on them already. Look at that.
So do they have a lot of water in them, like a zucchini?
They do, yes. And a lot. When I was a teenager, my mom used to juice this for me.
Oh.
She would juice this and an apple every day when I would come back from the gym before I headed to college. She would juice a bottle gourd and an apple, and I would have that before I left for college. So in India, it's also advertised as something that helps you lose weight. I don't know if it's true, but it's a vegetable. That's all I know. As you can see, in size, it's already started to, you see it went down, it was full, and it's starting to go down now. And I'm gonna let this go for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna cook my tomato puree. So we'll be back in a minute.
Are you going to cover it? Or
Yeah, I'm going to cover it, let it go for about 5 minutes, and then come back, take it out, put my tomatoes in there, cook up my tomatoes, and then put this back in and let them both cook together. All right, big reveal. See, the size went down even more.
And you can hear it in there.
And you can see all the liquid at the bottom.
Oh,
See? Yeah. Now what I'm going to do is turn this down. Now what I do is I usually take these out. Should grab a bigger spoon. Let me grab my ladle. I can ladle them out. But see, there's a liquid in there, and I don't throw it out. Some comes out with this, and whatever is in there, I leave it in there. I don't.
Well, your nutrients and stuff.
Yeah. So I don't mess with it. I just usually leave it. So I got my pot empty for the most part, and now what I do is, so I used about a little bit of water to grind up my tomatoes. Here they are. And I'm going to pour that in here.
So far you've got mustard seeds, the bottle gourd, and tomatoes and water.
Yeah. It's a quick recipe and easy. And then what I did is I added a little bit of water in here and shook it up to take out all the tomato flavor.
All the tomatoes that are left. Yeah.
And then pour that in there. Now I want the tomatoes to kind of cook up. I want the raw flavor to kind of go. So I'm going to leave this covered to cook for 5 minutes. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to add all the salt, pepper, turmeric, and add the gourd back in and cook it up. So we'll be back. Right. Now my tomatoes have cooked down quite a lot. As you can see, it's more red. The color is more deeper. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add back all of this in there. Might have
I'm going to back up a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. I didn't do so bad.
No.
Alright, I'm going to mix everything up, turn it to high. And see, it's covered. Everything is covered in the tomato sauce, so I don't need to add more tomatoes. But if it doesn't, then you should add some more. If you're, it should be covered in tomatoes because that's how it's going to pick up the flavor. And now I'm going to add some salt.
So how much is that?
A teaspoon and a half. Okay. I'm going to put a teaspoon or 2 teaspoons of turmeric. And I'm going to add some black pepper to it. Oh, almost out of it. I got some though. Let me get some more.
I say that was about 1/4 of a teaspoon.
Yeah,
maybe?
that's not gonna cut it. Let me add some more. That's funny. I usually check it before. Alright, probably a teaspoon. And I'm just gonna mix it up. And now I'm gonna let the tomatoes and the gourd cook for a good 5 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna let it go. So
on high?
On medium. On medium.
So you bring it to a rolling boil and then turn it back a little?
Yeah.
And then cover it?
Yeah, cover it and then cook it for 5 to 10 minutes. See the black pepper? Smells good in it. It goes perfect with it. So it's up to a boil. Now I'm just gonna cover it up and let it go for 10 minutes. All right, now this has been sitting for 10 minutes. I wanted to show you guys how to test this out. Now I can really smell the black pepper.
Oh, it smells good.
Yeah.
I love black pepper though. So.
Everything smells good. And this is what you do. I just pick some up and then you take a knife and see, it's like going through easy. So you know it's ready. And it does give a little crunch. It does need just a little pushback, which is fine. You want that texture. And finally, I just washed up some cilantro and I'm gonna chop it up in there. And it's just gonna leave a nice subtle flavor in the end. You don't have to add cilantro, but I like cilantro in it. I usually add it. My daughter always says, you know, if I skip out the cilantro, she's like, where's the green stuff?
I like cilantro. I know some people don't like the flavor, but I like the flavor of cilantro.
So if you don't like it, you don't have to add it. But my family loves it, so I usually add it in the end. And here we have it. There you go.
And so what will you serve this with for a 50-50 plate?
So for a 50-50, I would serve it on rice. It tastes best on rice, in my opinion. Can you see all the smoke? Does it look Halloween-y? I love this on rice, and my kids do too. But sometimes, you know, they're in the mood. My kids will have roti with it, the chapati. That's on our YouTube channel too. So I'll make that for them sometime. But today I'm gonna serve up some rice, and this is gonna be mine and Pam's lunch today.
Of course.
Yeah, and it's really delicious. It's really easy, and I'm telling you, the zucchini, if you cook it up this way, it cooks up faster. It cooks up as tasty as this. So give the recipe a try and tell me how you like it. All right, now if you are a woman who's looking for help with weight loss, join our free Facebook group, Whole Food Plant-Based Health and Weight Loss with the Kindred Vegans. And we will put the link of the group down below so you can join. And now, if you haven't subscribed to the video, go ahead and subscribe, and then head on over to kindredvegans.com and sign up to get your newsletter for free tips. And we will see you back next time. Bye.
Bye.